Next on stage is another poet. He's going to come, he's going to give us a good ghost with a passport. Welcome, Dario, on stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dario, and I'm a refugee from Bosnia, and I'm a poet who now lives in Seattle, Washington. And I have two books of poetry out. One is called PTSD Martini. The other one is called Mirror Made of Words. I'm gonna do some poetry from these two books. I also have books for sale if you're interested. I host an open mic in Lower Queen Anne. It's called Speak Out Seattle, and we try to prioritize BIPOC and queer voices. We meet on every third Wednesday, so if you're a performer or if you know a performer, please get in touch with me. You can either follow us on Instagram at speakoutseattle_, or you can follow me, Dario_poetry. So I'm gonna do 3 poems today that have to do with my immigrant experience, if I can get this mic to stay still. Okay, here we go. The first one is called 500 Words DEI Statement. The root of the English word slave comes from the Eastern European ethnic group Slavs, who were enslaved in such large numbers during the Middle Ages that their name became synonymous with servitude throughout the Western languages. Words are the stuff of murder. I was born into one of the South Slavic tribes. The history of my people is that of oppression, bloodshed, displacement. My appearance is that of a white man, but my lived experience is that of a refugee, an immigrant. Wherever I go, they call me an alien. One day, I was walking home from lunch at my grandma's house. I heard the gunshots. They were close. I saw the bullets landing around me. They were very close. I froze. A friend of my parents ran over, grabbed me, and carried me to safety. I was 12 years old, and I had just learned a new word: sniper. For the next 7 months, we were bombed every single day. Mortars, tanks, airplanes. When a grenade is launched, first you can hear a popping sound, then there is silence, and then you can hear it flying and accelerating before it hits. You can also smell it as it burns its way through the sweltering air. We'd spend warm summer nights in a shelter counting those pops. One time we got to 1,000 and we just stopped counting. Sounds of something being killed inside you. 7 months of sheer terror and panic and boredom, so much boredom, days melding into one incredibly long and utterly boring summer afternoon, the summer of '92. My puberty lasted just a few months, during which I witnessed things that no teenager ever should, like screams of enemy civilians, our former neighbors, or our own soldiers returning from front lines with rows of human ears on their belts, like souvenirs. I grew up fast. By the age 13, I was already bitter and angry, like a middle-aged man trapped in a toxic marriage. Generational trauma and undiagnosed PTSD are a powerful cocktail. The hangover can last for decades. My first week in America, a police officer told me to go back where I came from. Words, my master, they cut like a knife, Johnny used to sing. My first year of college, a cop held me at gunpoint. with my hands up in the air for 10 minutes straight, questioning me. His gun pointed at me the entire time as I was trying to explain that the guy he was ticketing for parking under a no parking here sign had just arrived from Togo and did not speak any English. My appearance is that of a white man, but my words are not. My accent betrays me. The howls of my ancestors give away my mongrel heritage. The advantage of my skin color is skin deep. My white privilege lasts only as long as I can keep my mouth shut. So now, I speak less, but I write more. Words are my grenades, which I do not throw. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Save your applause for the judging. The second poem is called Where Streets Have No Name. You are born, and the world, it gives you a name. You grow up, and you learn that the place you were born into has a name too. And so do the streets that take you into the world every day. Then the world pulls a rug underneath you, and you find yourself walking different streets in different parts of the world. They have unusual names, those tongue-twisting labyrinths of sound, hard to pronounce, those foreign places and streets, they taste like gravel in your mouth. Because the different ethnic groups to which you belong cannot get along, the city you were born in eventually changes its name, and the streets you once knew, they change their names too. All you have left is a memory, and you carry it in the pit of your stomach. You carry it silently. You carry it as you move through the world, and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until a new version of you is born. You carry it to term. You carry it until you come to terms with the fact that you are no longer the same. Some call it adjustment. Some call it resilience. But what it really is, it's an act of carrying one entire world inside of yourself that no longer exists anywhere else. It's a balancing act, a lifelong one. Everything that once told you who you are, it is no longer there. You can only hear its echoes somewhere deep inside you, like a name that you still recognize, but no longer answer to. That's the second one, and I'll finish with a poem. So I'm from Bosnia. I was born on the border between Bosnia and Croatia in a city called Bosanski Brod, which translates to Bosnian ship because it's on a river in a valley. And this is a poem about my hometown. And I'm gonna do it in 2 languages. So I'm gonna recite each line in English and then in Bosnian. And hopefully you get a sense for the rhyme and meter in both languages. Here we go. 3 were houses of worship, 3 su bile bogomolje. 1 mosque and 2 churches, 2 crkve I džamija. I do not know whose will was it, da li zbog ljudske ili Božje volje, that my soul those plains traverses, među njima rodih se ja. Each high noon I would take in, baš u podne svakog dana, echo through the neighborhood. Slušao sam odjek srodstva, heavy bells, voice of muezzin. Teška zvona glasi mama, hymn of human brotherhood, kao himnu ljudskog bratstva. Where the east Rome embraces, gdje se istok grli s Rimom, and the sorrow is primeval, a slavenstvo tugu ljubi. I was raised by the good graces, odgojila me intimom, and diverseness of good people, različitost dobrih ljudi. Worlds and cultures over there, svijetovi se I kulture, mesh with aromas so strong, tu miješaju s aromama. Tongues, they plead alone in prayer, jezici se deru, žure, and combine in jokes and song, I spajaju u pjesmama. Every century has left, svaki vijek je ostavio, traces in both blood and stone, trag u krvi I kamenu. The eternal balance set, ravnotežu postavio, to collectively be known, zajedničku bezvremenu. While the Sava rolls lazily, dok se Sava lijeno valja, I'm watching the evening fall, gledam večer kako pada. In the distance, a torch is burning, u daljini gori baklja, of my childhood, of my hopes, mog djetinjstva, mojih nada. Bosnia whispers to Croatia, Bosna nešto Slavoniji. Something, it sounds Italian, šapće, zvuči italijansko, wildly like the smell of acacia, trepti svud po Panoniji, drifts this Persian name of mine, moje ime perzijansko. Thank you very much. You can find me on Instagram at Dario Poetry, and if you're interested, I have books for sale. Thank you.
That was good. But the choice is to you. The choice is to you, to the audience, to the judges, to make sure that you vote for him. And again, the most important, again, is the message that these artists are bringing. We want to make sure that you hear what they are saying, and we act upon that. And we also share that with our community.